Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show. And now, here's Jeff Crilley.
Boy, when you think about all the great TV shows and movies that have been filmed here, Prison Break, the TV show Dallas twice, Walker, Texas Ranger, JFK, Born on the 4th of July, the list goes on and on. One of the women who is really helping support Dallas's film and television community is with me right now. She's Reis McCormick. She's the president of Women in Film Dallas. Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show.
I am so happy that you invited me to be here today. Thank you.
Well, tell me about you. This is a nonprofit. It's really kind of connects the all the different media that's going on in film, TV, commercials. Talk a little bit more about it.
You're right. Women in Film is sort of a crossroads where professionals from every aspect of the industry come together. And it so happens that I'm an actor. We've had several actors in the history of Women in Film. We're now 30-something. We turned 30 last year. And the women that actually founded the organization were pioneers. If you can think back 30 years ago, before social media, it was really more difficult, I think, for people to connect. And their idea was to, as it is today, the mission statement of the organization was to empower and promote and mentor women in film. Although the organization, the membership is varied, men and women, professional, student, but it's mostly professional women. And the idea is that we come together to make everything better. A rising tide lifts all boats.
Talk about the state of the industry, because every once in a while you'll hear an actress go public with a complaint that there just aren't any roles for women after they, get over the age of 50, or that Hollywood is still an old boys club. What's the truth? What's the state of women in film right now?
Well, I think you could answer that question from a number of directions, but I'll start with the one that's the most pertinent to me right now, and that is that I'm really enjoying the privilege of working on American Crime in Austin. I'm back and forth this fall, which it will air season 2 starting in March. But I don't think it's a good old boys club anymore, and mostly because the time that I've spent on the set down there, American Crime is the baby of John Ridley, who swept the Oscars and all of the awards, in fact, for 12 Years a Slave. Anyway, this is his series with Michael McDonald, and so it's a writer's show. It's a privilege to work with the scripts. He's got a fabulous team of script writers and directors. And to answer your question, what I'm observing on the set is just diversity out the door. It's amazing. My first day, I realized that the first and second camera and camera loaders, the boom operator, the first AD, and wait for it, the director of photography, were all women.
Oh, that's really cool.
So it's been an amazing. He's not just talking the talk; he's walking the walk, and it's happening right here in Texas. So, wow, I don't really want to get started on Texas being a right-to-work state. That's problematic for actors. So, I think good writers are the key. So, if any budding writers are out there listening, I think it's going to be up to you. Because we can only act what you're writing, Well,
now you have an event coming up that we should talk about. Tell
Yes.
us about that.
Well, I'm very excited. One of the things that Women in Film does is remarkable programming. We try to serve the membership. We've done programs for about careers in television, about navigating the festival circuit, and about distribution. Those have been the programs we focused on this year. Well, we're coming up on the end of my term, and I wanted to do something that was going to be a little bit less specific. This event that we're having is good for not just our membership, but anybody in the industry, anybody in any industry. We have invited Greta Muller, who is a former Dallas actress turned New York City. She's a presentation coach, basically. She's coached sportscasters and news anchors. And now she works in the corporate arena, talking to people about how to put a fine point on that first impression, that all-important moment. First impressions can be critical. And so what are you conveying? What are you saying about yourself? And is it what you're intending to say when you make your presentation to the PTA or to your boss for a raise. I mean, it just doesn't matter who you are. This is a fabulous workshop. It's going to be November the 21st. We're having breakfast at 9, and the program is from 10 to 12, and the Contemporary Theater of Dallas is hosting us. So we're going to be down on Lower Greenville, again, Saturday, November the 21st, beginning at 9. And you can go to our website, which is WIF Dallas, that's Women in Film, wifdallas.org, and click on Open Your Presence. Greta's book is called Opening Your Presence. And so we named the program Open Your Presence. That's Presence, a little joke there. And it's all about being completely present and sending the message that you want to send. And we're looking forward to a great crowd and a great morning. She's hysterical. She's a comedian, and so it's going to be a good time, and everybody's welcome.
My guest right now, Reis McCormick. She is the president of Women in Film Dallas. That's WIF Dallas, WIF Dallas.org. So let's talk about the power of networking. So if you're just coming up in the film industry, is it really one of those industries where it's kind of like who you know, and so a person can't sit at home behind a computer and really expect to succeed in your industry, can they?
Well, technology has changed everything, in terms of the way we apply for jobs. Because of technology now, I don't have to audition for you in the same room anymore. I can
Right.
send a video. So that's a good thing in a way. It means that the whole world is your marketplace now.
Right.
I can submit a film to Atlanta. I don't have to, fly there. But I call it the jungle factor to my students. I teach at KD Conservatory. I'm very proud to work with Kathy Tyner, founder and CEO, and another great woman in film who's a member. I'm proud of her membership. And at the conservatory, we talk about, in my audition techniques class, we talk about there's just no substitute for when two creatures meet for the first time, and the chemistry that happens and the sizing up that happens. And do I want to work with this person? You just can't, you can't convey that on a video audition. But what was your question?
I think you answered it.
Oh, okay.
The power of networking. I always say,
yeah.
You got to circulate to percolate.
Yeah, that's what I always tell my students. Never underestimate the power of your network. That's where all this was going. So I think I love that. I love what you just said. That's great. I'm going to steal it.
Okay, feel free. I stole it from somebody else.
Nothing new. Shakespeare stole from the Greeks, right?
That's right.
So yeah, networking is an incredible tool, and we have several organizations in the film and television industry that you can be a member of here, and Women in Film is there to serve, and mostly what we do is give money away. I would think that any man who wants to hang out with women would want to join our organization because we got a lot of great women.
So is it the kind of industry I'm imagining where, the folks who worked on Walker, Texas Ranger, all, are closely bonded, and then one of them gets an opportunity to direct Dallas, the TV show, and he says or she says, "Oh my goodness, I've got this person, I've got this person, I've got this person." So kind of your reputation in a community like Dallas goes a long way.
Absolutely. I think your reputation probably in anything, like the guest before me, goes a long way. But this is a very time is money kind of. I mean, you have that long to make an impression. An audition only lasts 30 seconds, probably, of tape. And if unlike theater, you can have a callback in theater. A callback in film is just hit the reset button.
Right.
So you have to make people have to know that they can count on you. So your reputation probably precedes you before you walk in the door. That's right. Your agent has to speak well of you. And yeah, I think it's critical. And the way to build that reputation is to get out there and get yourself known.
Give us the information about the event one more time and how people can get their tickets.
The information about the event is called Open Your Presence. You will find that window at wifdallas.org. And Greta Muller is coming back to Dallas from New York City to talk to anybody who is interested in putting a fine point on their presentation, their brand, and first of all, recognizing what it is you're conveying, and then crafting it so that you're saying what you mean to say when you go out to present.
Reis, thank you. This was a fast 15 minutes. You're a great guest.
Well, I'm so happy to be here. Have me back anytime.
You got it.
More of the Jeff Crilley Show coming up.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and